much for responding and for bringing life into the presentation. And thank you for the Gulf field. I thought I was happily retired until I received that dreadful phone call. And here I am. So, uh,
We are grateful because you are here still smiling.
so I am here again. Pray. So let's have a quick prayer before we start. Heavenly Father, I want to thank you for gathering again together here. And as we are going through this final session in drilling and matching, please guide us, teach us, lead us, Lord, not only to learn, but also to help us teach our pathfinders the way we should. And as we learn, Lord, let us enjoy and be glad in doing even the drills and matching. In the name of Jesus, I ask and pray. Amen. Okay. Now, so drilling and matching, we'll be using consistently the notes from Pastor Simon Su, who my previous presenters have been using. And why drill and matching? Why do we do drill and matching? Number one, to promote unity and order. Drill and matching, one of the things in Pathfinder that we all have to do right, and if we don't, then we fail together, right? So if, for instance, you have 100 Pathfinders and 99 Pathfinders, they demonstrate a command very well. And there is that one Pathfinder, when they say right, face that Pathfinder turns left. Who are you going to remember? The 90 and 9 or the one? Most of us will remember the one, right? So we have to be united, like fully united, for the drill to go well. And it also promotes order because we teach Pathfinders not only to receive orders, but also we teach them also every now and then to give orders. So aim number one is to promote unity and order. And we also make Pathfinders alert and obedient when we do drill and matching. They learn to be alert, they learn to pay attention, they learn to receive commands and to obey commands. You know, if you read, for those who are MITs, you're required to read the book Education. If you read the book Education, chapter 7, I think, Mrs. White opens that chapter with a line that children should be taught to obey before they learn to reason, right? Nowadays, children, they learn to reason if at all they learn to obey. Okay? But drill and matching is one of those things that help Pathfinders to learn obedience, because when they hear that preparatory voice, when they hear the command, the only option they have is to obey. So in their mind, they are starting to get attuned to obedience, and that can be translated in other areas of their lives where they can learn to obey their teachers, they can learn to obey their parents, they can learn to obey authorities, and ultimately they can learn to obey God, right? And it provides a basis of teamwork. As we said, unity, teamwork is the same. They have to work together. If they are doing normal drill, if they're doing fancy drill, it's only as good as the whole team can do together. If part of the team, even one of the team, does not do it the way it's supposed to be, then it is not as a success as it should be. It positions Pathfinders for activities, and also it provides an activity to be enjoyed. Drilling and matching is one of those enjoyable activities that we enjoy to do, and it instills a sense of pride in being disciplined. Children, Pathfinders need to learn discipline and to be disciplined. Okay. Qualities of a good Pathfinder drill instructor. So we start with the top. We start with the instructor. Instructor need to be patient. Never lose temper or scold Pathfinders. I know that sometimes when we're trying to teach them, we're trying to instruct them, some of them may be slow to learn and things like that. A good drill instructor needs to be patient with all Pathfinders. It needs to be, he needs or she needs to be enthusiastic. Show that you like drill yourself. You cannot instill in others things that you yourself are not enthusiastic. You need to be consistent. Follow the standard drill manual and teach by demonstration. Now, for purposes of this demonstration, we will use the British sort of standard. And I know that for Garfield, we have agreed, I think, to adopt the North American division. And I know that in South Pacific division, you use a different instruction. But for purposes of this lecture, we will use the example, we will use as examples the British standard of drill and marching. So whatever the manual you're using, you need to be consistent in following that standard drill manual and teach by demonstration. Have to have a good personality. Set yourself as an example. Always stand at attention when giving commands and always dress smartly. Always dress smartly. Your shirt tucked in, your scarf on, your uniform with all the patches intact and everything. You set the standard. If you lower the standard, the Pathfinders will not have an exemplary standard to follow. So as a drill instructor, you need to set the pace, you set the tone, you set the standard. Have a good personality. Please do not be like this drill instructor who humiliates those who parade because they have made a mistake. We said quality number one of a good drill instructor is to be patient. Patience is key. Remember that as much as we want to do that perfect drill, but the Pathfinder Club is not a military, it's not Navy, it's not paratroopers or whatever militia. So we do it in a, and throughout the basic staff training, the emphasis has been that Pathfinder is a Christ-centered program. So drill instructors are not exempted. They need to show Christ-centeredness in the instruction of the drill. So this should not happen to any of our clubs. Okay, so in the British style, as I said, there are three parts to a drill command. There is that introductory voice, which tells the Pathfinder what movement is about. Say, Pathfinder. And then you have the cautionary second part, which prepares Pathfinder to move. So you drag your voice to tell them what command are they expected to perform. So you say, Pathfinders about face. So
Pathfinders, ready
yes,
to
sir.
move.
Yes, sir. So introductory, cautionary, that's for the drill instructor. And then the executive, which is the third part, is for the Pathfinders to do. Pathfinder starts to move at this point, loud and sharp, and in a coordinated manner to execute whatever the command that was there. So a good drill master will not surprise Pathfinders with just a sudden command. You will have these three phases: introductory part, cautionary part, and the executive part, which the Pathfinders will do themselves. Now, definition of drill terms. A line. A line is when Pathfinders are standing side by side, shoulder to shoulder. So that is a line. But a rank is a single line, okay? Like a column. So a column you will do when they are standing behind, one behind each other or one in front of the other, right? So, when you have a line, one line is a rank. But when you have a column that goes in front of the other, one column is a file. So when we say single file, that means they have to stand in a line, one in front of the other. That's a file. That's a single file. But a rank, when they stand in a line, shoulder to shoulder, next to each other. Now, the gap between Pathfinders in a line or in a column, they also have different names. An interval is a space between Pathfinders who are placed side by side. So when they are in a line, when they are in a rank or in a line, a distance between one Pathfinder and the other is called an interval. So, so that's the difference. But when they are in a column, when they are in a column, the space between the front Pathfinder and the back Pathfinder, that is called a distance. So three things that are very closely related that have six different terminologies. I hope you remember this. When we are standing side by side, shoulder side by side, according to our shoulders, then that is a line. A rank is a single line, but if we have more than many lines, that are just lines, okay? And an interval is a space between pathfinders who are standing in a line. But when we are standing one in front of the other, one behind the other, that is called a column. A column, if we have only one column, that's called a file. And the space between two pathfinders in a column is called a distance. A flank is either side of the pathfinder, and the cadence is a timing sequence for the execution of the drill command. So when you say mark time march, the normal cadence is I think it's 120 steps per minute. If you go 180 is more than the normal cadence, and when you go less than that is faster. It's like double time, right? Okay. So now let's look at the line formation. The Pathfinders, the ideal, I remember that throughout the training, we have been taught the ideal, and then from there we get the practical depending on what is available in our clubs. So ideally, we would march in a drill with our counselor. We will march as units. We will march in our according to our rank. So counselors, unit counselors should always match with their pathfinders. So it will be a counselor on the lead, and then you have the members, and then a captain first, and then a scribe, and then members, and then the counselor at the back. All right. So you can see here, the director is in front, and then you have unit one with a captain, scribe, and then members, and then counselor. Unit two, captain, scribe, members, and then counselor. Unit three. So it depends on how many units you have in the club, then you will form your formation in that way. So I do believe that all the clubs, you do have units, and you will arrange yourself when it comes to matching this way. The formation will be that way. All right. So this is a line formation. Now, when we go to a rank formation, it will go like that. So in the same formation that we had, then first rank will be, you will have first rank with one unit, second rank with another unit, and the third rank as such. So in a real sense, I'm sorry, this picture is a bit pixelated when it's blown up. You will have from the left, from my side, from the left, you have the unit captains, unit scribes, and then on the further right, you will have unit counselor 1, unit counselor 2, unit counselor 3. So that's a line formation standing side by side. But just a precautionary, this is just a picture, because when it comes to units, we don't mix genders. So you can see that unit has to be gender specific. All right. So this is a line seen from sideways. Now this is a column, again, a director standing in the front, and then units are arranged not in a line formation, but in a column formation. But the arrangement is the same. Even if it's in the line formation, captain, scribe, members, and then the counselor at the back. So where members are standing one behind the other, that's the formation. And the director there, unit 1, unit 2, unit 3, with all their captains leading, their scribes following, their members in the middle, and then the counselor at the end. So a file, we said, is a single column. So unit 1 will be one file, and you will first file, second file, third file. So, but if you are matching single file, that means all the units will be one behind the other in order to form a single file. But in this formation, each unit will be a file. So you can see again in this arrangement of column formation, you see unit captain, unit scribe, and then members in the middle, and then unit counselor at the back. So that in brief is the definition of those terms and the examples. Now, let's go to some few basic commands. Fall in. The action that is required when the commander gives the command to fall in is to get the pathfinders into a formation where they stand according to their units. They should be standing at attention when they fall in. Every fall in.
No.
Okay. All right. Thank you. Thank you. So based on the British drill, this is fall in. They will be in their units, they will be in lines, they will be in tension when they fall in, and they will remain as such until they hear another command, until they hear otherwise. Right dress. Based on the British drill, this command is to space out the pathfinders. They do this by stretching out their right hand to touch the shoulder tip of the other person on the right in order to adjust the space between them. What do we call that space? When they are in a line, we call that an interval, right? At the same time, they turn their head to the right a little to check. Now, this is an interval when they are in a line. Remember, we said when we look at the space between a pathfinder in a column, that is called a distance. But when they are in a line, when they do right dress, that space between the two pathfinders that is created by stretching the right hand, that is called an interval. All right. So this is how we do right dress. When the commanders say pathfinders right dress, they will stretch their hand, adjust the distance, and turn their face to look to the pathfinder on their right. Okay, this is another one. Now, eyes front or face front. After the right dress, you will the commander will give the command to face front or eyes front. This command is given after right dress command, and the command pathfinders are to quickly put down their right hand and turn their heads looking straight in front. Stand at ease or parade rest. Based on a British drill, pathfinders who were at attention earlier on open up their leg by lifting the left leg to the right. At the same time, both hands go behind the back. There is no gap between the hands and the body. In fact, the way I was taught, not only you do, but there is a specific sort of a distance that you have to move your leg. Not too far, not too close, but almost like a foot print in between your legs. Okay, so that is standard ease or parade rest based on a British drill. And when we do that, the hands at the back will look like that. Okay, at ease or stand easy, or some will say stand at ease. This command follows the parade rest command. Pathfinders move both hands, which are still at the back of their level of the belt. In this position, there will be gaps between the hands and the body, so they can move them a little bit lower, and then they can be a little bit more flexible. This is an easier position than the previous position that is parade rest. Okay. Okay, or at ease. All right, so that's how it is demonstrated, again based on the British drill. Ready? Based on the British drill, this command follows an ease command. This is just as an alert. Remember, in the three-step British command that we said, this is a preparatory command, just an alert to let pathfinders know that a command will soon be given to them. to put their hands back to the parade rest position. So this is a preparatory command to help the Pathfinders to pay attention, to be alert, to get ready for the command that comes. Pathfinders! This command follows the ready command. Pathfinders immediately bring their hands down to parade rest position. And then the command that follows, attention. This command follows the parade rest command. And Pathfinders immediately lift up their leg, a left leg, to bring it down with a bang so that it closes beside the right leg. We have to hear the bang. Not only we have to hear the bang, but the bang has to be uniform. Whether the Pathfinders are 10 or the Pathfinders are 100, they need to put that stamp down together so that it is one command that boom. Okay, so that's how they execute their attention, and then they will end up in a position like this. Now, the way I was taught, the hands are always a fist like this with thumbs in the front like this. You see how the person did the fist? The fist is closed with thumbs on top like this, and that's how you do. And it has to be along the seam of the trouser or the skirt, whichever one you are wearing. That is attention. Left turn or left face. This command is to get the Pathfinders to turn to the left 90 degrees. As you turn to the left, first lift up slight your left toe while at the same time lifting up your right ankle. Then turn to the left. You turn the torso 90 degrees to the left while lifting up your right leg. After that, bring the right leg down with a bang, with a uniform bang. Now, I said this is based on the British drill. North Americans, they do it a little bit different, and I know that SPD does it a lot differently because the way the SPD does it is differently. This is for demonstrative purposes only. It does not take away what you already know. This is for our learning. And as I said, we're just using the British style based on British drill manual. Because that's where, for me at least, we grew up in. This is what we learned, okay? So that has, in fact, the way I was taught is not 1, 2, 3, 4. I was taught 1, 2, 3, 1. Because at the end of the day, after 3, you end up at position 1. So when we were learning, when he said left turn or left face, the beginners will always count 1, 2, 3, 1. Okay, because you end up on position 1 where you started, but just facing a different location, right? Different direction. Right turn. It is the same exact execution, only that you're turning 90 degrees to the other side. So you will end up like this. And again, 1, 2, 3, 1. You end up in the same position where you started at attention, just facing 90 degrees the other side. Another command is about turn. Notice that I'm dragging it a little bit from that preparation Pathfinders about turn, so that we give the Pathfinders a time not only for that preparatory command, also to process the command, so that when I hit the word turn, it's their time to execute the command completely. But now this, they will turn 180 degrees to the other side. So you see, 1, 2, 3, 1, they were facing this way, but after the completion of the command, they will be facing 180 degrees on the other side. All right. So this is, this is about face. Okay. Present arms. This command is to get the Pathfinders to salute. The salute is always presented with the right hand. Never ever present a salute with the left hand. To execute this, you bring your right hand close to the right eyebrow. Close to the right eyebrow. For those who are wearing glasses, it will be at the tip of your glass. Now, there are different ways people are doing this. You have people who are doing like this with a palm facing forward. There are people who are doing this with a palm facing down. And then if you notice, the scouts, they will use only 3 fingers. They will close these fingers and they will do it like this, okay? But for the British, this is the based on American drill. Americans, they do palm down. The British people will do palm facing forward. So these are the models. Depending on your drill manual, you will do what you want to do. But one thing that, because drilling and marching is unity, is teamwork. So whatever your club agrees, whatever we agree as a Gulf field, that's what we will do. And we will salute if we're using the British system like this, if we're using the American system like this. Your your fingers should be at the edge of your eyebrow, and if you're wearing glasses, at the tip, at the corner of your glass. And that will be presenting arms. Pathfinders, present arms. And it will come like this. Make sure the hand is straight, not like this, because you find people, they have an inverted V like this. No, the hand should be straight, and your fingers at the tip of your eyebrow or your glasses if you're wearing glasses. Okay, you can see that execution. These kids, they are doing their best. One is wearing glass and doing the best to do that hand salute. Order arms. This command is to get the Pathfinders to bring down their hands after saluting. At the command, the right hand is brought down sharply back to the side of the body. So back to the fist and then on the seam of the trouser or skirt. In British drill, the palms are facing out, as I said, while the American drill, the palms are facing down. They try to explain to me that sometimes the Americans don't want, because if you have been working and your palms are not very clean, you don't want the palms, dirty palms, to be facing the drill commander or whoever the dignitaries that you may be saluting. That's why the Americans, they want their palm to face down. Whatever the decision, whatever the choice, whatever the manual we follow, just we agree that we will all, as a club, do it that way so that all units will be uniform. Mark time. This command is to get the Pathfinders to do on-the-spot matching or stationary matching. This is executed with the left leg being lifted up, followed by the right leg. Both legs are lifting up and down until the halt command is given. Now, when you are teaching the new drill learners, actually, drill masters would even sing for them. Left, right, left, right, left, right. Always left first. Always left first. So left, right, until they get the rhythm in their head, until they get the cadence that they are supposed to match on, either in mark timing or even when they start matching, all right? So mark time is on the spot matching or stationary matching, and they will continue to do that until either they are asked to march on or to halt. Because from mark time, you can either march forward or you can halt. Most of the time is halting. Now, halt, this command is stop the mark time, the stationary march or an actual march. This command is given at the point where the leg is about to come down. So when the halt command is given, Pathfinders bring down the right leg with a bang, which is followed by the left leg doing the same, and then repeated with the right leg to bring it to complete. So when we are doing as a drill master or the commander, you will know that when you are bringing the halt command, either during the mark time or during the marching, you will bring the command while the right leg is about to go down. And then the Pathfinders will know that when I hear halt, I am on my right leg, and I will bring the right leg down with a bang. 1, 2, and then back to the right leg in a complete stop. So when you are teaching them, you will hear always hold 1, 2, 3, right? Right? So you hear hold, right, left, right. Hold 1, 2, 3. And it has to be uniform. It has to be all at one time, and it has to end with a bang. All right. So 3 steps to the right, move. 3 steps to the right, move. This command is to get Pathfinders to move 3 steps sideways to the right, or whatever it is, the number of steps that you want them to move. So when this command is given, they will move that number of steps to the direction that they have been given, and they will stop and come back to the position where they were. And the opposite is true. 3 steps to the left, move. This command also is to get Pathfinders to move 3 steps sideways to the left. 3 steps to the back, move. This command again is to get Pathfinders to move 3 steps to the back. And likewise, they can move to the front when you tell them 3 steps to the front, move. This command is to get Pathfinders to move 3 steps forward. Okay. Another important command for Pathfinders that we have other clubs like Girl Guides and Scouts they may not have is prayer attention. This command is to get Pathfinders in a prayer position. We are familiar with a prayer position, most of us. If they are not wearing a beret, it is a 2-count movement. They will just put their legs apart and put their hands at the back. But if they are wearing a beret, it is 4-count movement. We will see the photos. But only men, only the guys, only males are required to remove the beret while praying. Ladies should keep their beret on while bowing for their heads for prayer. So you can see here, this is a prayer attention. They're bowing down, their hands at the back, their legs, which we don't see, will be a little bit apart. That is prayer attention. Let's see more. This gentleman here, this master guide, is also on prayer attention. Is bowing down, hands at the back, legs we don't see, but they will be a little bit set apart. More. So when prayer attention without beret, you would say you have 2 steps. Number 1, execute the parade rest, bow your head reverently in prayer. But if you have a beret, if you're wearing a beret, it's a 4-step action. You execute the parade, then lift the right hand up to the beret, quickly remove the beret and bring it behind you, and then bow your head in prayer. Not again, for ladies, they do not have to remove their beret while in prayer. Therefore, if they are wearing beret, they will only bow down their heads together with the men at step 4. So ladies will skip step 2 and 3. They will go step 1 to 4 directly. They don't need to do anything during 2 and 3. So this is a sequence. Prayer attention, and you are wearing a beret. So start from the position of attention. Number 1, execute the parade, your legs apart and your hands are at the back, and then your right hand goes forward, take off the beret, and then put your hands back, place the beret behind your back, while the beret behind, bow down your head for prayer. So you see, that's the 4-step action to execute the prayer attention command. For men only. Ladies, you don't have to worry about this. Upon hearing the amen at the end of the prayer, quickly wear the beret and then stand on attention. All right. Now, for out. This command is to get Pathfinders to break out of formation. Upon hearing this command, execute a right turn before marching 3 steps forward, and then you can go your own way. All right. Dismiss. The execution of this order is the same as dismiss to break out the formation. The difference between a fallout command and the dismiss command is that the dismiss command is only given at the end of the club meeting, where the Pathfinders can now go home. They are dismissed. To mark the difference, Pathfinders salute right after turning right, which is followed by marching 3 steps to say, Masalam, goodbye, see you next time. All right? As you were, this is a command given when Pathfinders have made a mistake in any of their drill execution. Upon hearing this command, Pathfinders return to the original position because this is a grace command. This is a grace command to give Pathfinders another chance to execute the command that they did not execute very well. So it's a grace command. It's a second chance command. As you were, you return to your original position. Okay? Forward march. This command is to get Pathfinders marching. This is done when the Pathfinder is stepping out with the left leg while swinging the right hand. Always, 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 mark timing, forward marching, we start with the left leg. Left, right, left, right, left, right. So we start with the left. Always start with the left. Mark time. We did this, but again, when given during marching, is to get Pathfinders to stay put in their position while marching. So they can be marching, and as they are marching, they can be commanded to mark time. So they will continue marching in a stationary position, and that is what is referred to as a stationary marching. Halt! We have done this, but now with regard to marching, this command is to get the Pathfinders to stop while they are marching. This command is given when the left leg is out. But upon hearing this command, Pathfinders take one more step forward with the right leg and then lift up their left leg to bring it down with a bang, followed by the right leg doing the same. Now, so these are 3 counts. Again, just like how we did hold on the mark time, we have 3 final steps. But when we are doing mark time, the commander will make halt while the right leg is about to come down. And it will be hold, 1, 2, 3, with a bang. But when we are marching, the commander will be careful to mention the hold while the left leg is out. So upon hearing this command, Pathfinders then will start executing again on the right leg by putting it down, then lifting the left leg to bring it down, and then finish it with the right leg doing the same with a bang. 3 count, 3 final counts. What is different between a mark time and the marching halt is when the position where the command comes. When in mark timing, the commander will give while the right leg is up, coming down, and it will be halt, 1, 2, 3. But when we are marching, the commander will give the halt while the left leg is out so that the execution again can start with the right leg, 1, 2, 3. Okay? Pledge and Pathfinder pledge taking and law recitation. Okay? Most of the time, we do our pledge with sort of an oath sign. This is how we say, by the grace of God, I'll be pure, kind, and true. I'll keep the Pathfinder law. I'll be a servant of God and a friend to man. Okay? All right? While doing marching, the units can report attendance when they are called for a roll call. There are 3 ways to report when they are called upon for a roll call or attendance report. Number 1, if every member of the unit is present, the captain will report all present, sir. All present, sir. If there are 1 or 2 people who are not present, the captain will mention the number of Pathfinders that are missing and mention that this number is absent. So, if 1 unit member is not there, the captain will say 1 absent, sir. If 2 members are missing, a captain will say 2 absent, sir. If there are people who are missing in the unit, they are not in the formation at the time of the roll call, but they are around somewhere, and can be located, can be seen, can be accounted for, the captain will say, all accounted for, sir. That means all are in the vicinity, but not all of them are in the formation. So when we say all present, sir, not only the unit members need to be present, but also need to be in formation. But if they are around, but not all of them are in formation, but they can be accounted for, the captain will say all accounted for, sir. But if there are any unit members missing, the captain will mention the number of unit members missing and call that number is absent, sir. I hope that is clear. And that brings us to the end of that first presentation. I will mention just a few more things while we're here because we still have a little bit of time. And then we will go into questions and answers if any questions come. All right. So a little bit more on the drill and matching. We say one of the main advantages, as we mentioned, it helps to develop a group spirit and high morale within the club. There is a sense that everyone is working together, everyone is important, and they are proud to belong to the local Pathfinder club or to the unit that they are belonging to. And we should teach the unit captains and the unit scribes and the counselors, this will be their main job, to instill that sense of pride to the Pathfinder so that they know that they are a key part of the unit. They are a key part. Somebody is asking me to start a video. Did I? Oh, sorry. Okay. Yes. Okay. Yeah, so to make sure that they feel that they are an important part of the Pathfinder drill of the unit that they belong to. They need to be motivated. They need to understand that they hold the key to the success of the drill and matching. You know, a chain is as good as they say its weakest link. If one knot of the chain is weak and it can break, then it will make the chain useless because it takes only that one link to spoil the whole thing. So club leaders and especially drill commanders and drill instructors and unit counselors, you need to help the Pathfinder to understand that each one of them is an important connection to make sure that the drill is done well. And if that cohesion is there, that teamwork is there, that recognition of the importance of every one member is there, then not only the unit will function well, but the club will also function well. Now, few other things to mention. There is what they call a philosophy of a drill. Pathfinder, the philosophy of a drill has few items on it. Drill is good, helps Pathfinders physically in terms of recognition of it as an excellent fitness exercise. But more importantly, it helps develop coordination of body movement. You know, Pathfinders, they learn to be coordinated. You know, nowadays, sometimes you feel like when you see some kids hanging out there and you feel like different organs of their body, they are not related to each other because they are just there hanging loose as if they have no purpose. But if we teach them the drill very well, they learn this body movement coordination. They can hear very well the commands, they can process it in their minds, they can move their eyes, ears, they can move their hands, their body will be coordinated, their legs will execute, and the whole body will be coordinated. But as part of that drill philosophy, it helps them also mentally. It develops the confidence in leadership skills. So in your clubs, in your units, give some change sometime. Give some Pathfinders turns to give commands and also to receive commands. That way you will be developing leaders interchangeably, so that today, if the commander is not there, you have 3, 4, 5 others that are just equally capable and can do that. And it gives them confidence in that way. And it stimulates the mind in the giving and receiving of the command. It helps them to be alert, to pay attention, to be aware of their environment. It encourages, as we say, the spirit of sense of teamwork and develop the inner quality of self-control and discipline, right? So that's the bit about the drill. Now, there were ceremonies that we looked at that we can celebrate. In the Pathfinder Club, we have different ceremonies that we can do. We can incorporate drills. The most regular one is in our club meetings. Sometimes in our club meetings, we may appropriate time to do drills, to demonstrate drills. But in other times, when we go out for camping, when we go out for special events, for special occasions, when we go to our Pathfinder fairs, all these are important occasions where our Pathfinders can demonstrate their drill skills and showcase what they do have. Now, since we have done most of the demonstrations here using British style and just a little bit of example of North American division style, I thought that I would showcase one basic drill and matching demonstration from SSD, so that we can also have a look at what does that look like from SSD point of view. All right. So I'll show that. Let me just make sure that all the settings are correct. So after this short video, then we will have come to the end of our presentation, and we will be ready for your questions and comments. Not necessarily only questions, you can also contribute your experience of drilling and matching. All right, let's go.
Then, two. Count. Stop.
1, 2,
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, the last 7, sir. 10, 2. Four, five, five.
All right, that's the end of the presentation. If there are any comments, questions, additions, I think we have a few minutes. Or otherwise, I'll hand it over back to our area coordinator, Geraldine.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. A refresher and all the basic. We pray that our next meeting we will be showcasing what we have learned all throughout this week. And a special thank you for our Gulfield for making it possible for us to go through all these trainings. I believe we've got our director, Pastor Matthew. Are you around? Pastor Matthew, are you around? Maybe I'm missing his name. And also, just give me a second. Pastor Matthew, are you around?
Yes, I am. I am here.
Okay. Thank you so much. May I hand over back to you after this? For everyone, just a small reminder that we do have the remaining topics that we will schedule later on and will announce. Again, that will also include our skills part, skills development. But as we mentioned, that we are not having the dates now, so we'll check the calendars again and update and communicate once these have been scheduled. And I hand over to our Gulfield Youth Director. Thank you so much, Pastor Tony. Over to you. And thank you so much, MG Moses, for